Top of the day, man. It's your boy P, the PM Lifestyle Podcast, man. If you tune it in on YouTube at the PM Lifestyle Podcast, Instagram, Facebook, all those good things, man. Hit that comment, like, and subscribe button. You can join the chat, and we're gonna go ahead and welcome you in once we do. Or if you want to talk about anything, hit the like, the subscribe button. You can follow us. But we here today, man. We got a bunch of fellas in. We had last week. We had the women on, and it was called That's What She Said. And we was just elaborating on a lot of the things that Vivica Fox and with the women were talking about having wealthy men and wanting only to date that small percentage of men. So this week, I brought the fellas in here, man. We got the fellas, and the fellas is gonna go ahead and give y'all their expert opinion, our expert opinion on how this thing should go and what the reality is. Because it seems like a lot of the women were in a whole different space. You know what I mean? We gave them the floor, the chance to talk and the different things like that, man, just to get their opinion. And it was wild. Some of them never loved before, but they've been married. Multiple of the women, a lot of the women on there have been married multiple times. So I just don't know. You know what I mean? And it was just a lot of them against us. But this week, we're going to have the fellas on, and we're about to dig a lot deeper in to the realness of these conversations and how it really goes. So with that being said, man, I'm about to introduce the fellas, man. We got 7 in the building. I want to welcome Chandler in the building. My boy Chocolate Buddha's in the building. And my man up? Pete Ward's in the building. What's up, fellas?
What's up? What's going on?
So, man, I'm glad to have y'all here, man. I really appreciate y'all taking y'all time to even just come on, give me your expert opinion, man. Last week, I had the ladies on here, and the ladies was, giving their opinion on what the men should do and what we all about, and what they thought we were, who they thought we were, and what they think we think, and all that good stuff, and what is real and what's not real. So this week, I decided to piggyback off of it, man, and bring the fellas back in here to get y'all expert opinion on what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff that's been going on in the news, man, or online, excuse me, not in the news, but online. And there's a lot of women living this fantasy that it seems like every man out here is a millionaire. And it's kind of hard to, because I know it's not a lot of black men out there, but they all want the same type of men. So we had Lisa Ray and Vivica Fox was saying they only wanted to date wealthy men only. And the problem I had with that was that these women are actresses. These women have been in the game for a minute, and they're still single, and they haven't found no man. So with that being said, we're gonna start off the topic with that. But I want to go around and run around the floor, man, and let everybody introduce themselves, and then go ahead and give your opinion on what's going on. Start with 7, man. What's going on with you, baby?
Yo, it's your boy 7 Points and Bliss, aka Palmcast Samurai, man. I just want to say it's an honor to be here yet again, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. Hey, honestly, you know what? This is my first time. I just remember that, man, because
first time.
That's why I'll say it. You know what I'm saying? But man, it's an honor to be here, though, man, and can't wait to see what you gentlemen got to say and what y'all think, man, because this is interesting.
I appreciate you coming, man. And next to him is Chandler. Chandler, what's up, man? Introduce yourself. What you do?
Man, what's going on? Chandler, it's good to be here, man, to talk about some real topics, talk about some of the things that's going on in the world today, educate people and, share some opinions. So I'm excited to get to it.
Appreciate you. And at the bottom left, man, we got my boy Chocolate Buddha, man. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man. Where you from?
What's up? It's Chocolate Buddha, and just like 7, I hail from Chicago, but right now I'm in parts unknown in New Mexico. Just like 7, this is my first time on here too, man, and I'm honored to be here, but we definitely gonna chop it up, because I saw the women talking last time, man. They had a lot to say, and we're gonna have a lot to say too, man. They lucky I couldn't get on that microphone when you was talking to them. I ain't gonna call no names, but we gonna have something to rectify on that, bro. But I'm happy to be here, dog.
I appreciate you coming aboard, man. At the bottom right, man, go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
What's going on, fellas? It's Phil, man. I'm in Maryland right now. I'm over the road, man. So at work, I'm on the job as we speak, man. Second appearance on the show. So, hey, let's get to it.
OJT, man. Yeah, thank you guys for coming, man. And yeah, like you said, man, the women was on here last week and they had a lot to say, bro. And when we brought up the subject of Vivica Fox and Lisa Ray, it just blew my mind that they were so on the point that they deserve to have a certain type of caliber of men. But what was so crazy, what I picked up on what they said was, it's okay for a rich person to think cheat and accept whatever the rich man has to offer them, but a man that's making as much as money as them or below them don't really have much to say, and they have a set of rules that they have to go by. So what y'all think about that one, man?
Who gonna go
Anybody?
first?
We going in a certain order? Is anybody?
Hey man, we talking the talking. Y'all chop it up. If y'all want to go in the order, let me know. We can start with seven. Seven, what you think about that, Seven?
Actually, I find it very difficult to think women know what they want because majority of women don't know what they want. They only know what they're told to want.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that all these women are wanting the same things is preposterous, bro. Because it's like, bro, like these rich dudes or the dudes that are high value men, they're gonna do what they want to do. And like you said, they're gonna be cheating on them women, but they're gonna be more acceptable of it because they feel like they're being taken care of. Which to me is even crazier because it's like, what difference does it make if you feel like you can't trust a person in a relationship, right? And they're not gonna be faithful to you. It doesn't matter if money, you know what I'm saying? Like that type of monetary value doesn't matter at all. So it
Yeah,
really stems down to mental illness. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these women are mentally sick, bro. They don't realize it though. You know what I'm saying? And they have
I feel
hormone
you.
imbalances that's fucking with their minds. That's something else that people don't really do research into though. Seriously.
Because a lot of them,
Nah,
they
man.
have like some abuse that's been going on, man. A lot of them are either like going through some traumatic stuff, what I mean, in the past, and they bring in a lot of that, like Erica Badu would say, like, that baggage to every relationship that they had. You know what I'm
It's like
saying?
new age prostitution, honestly.
I didn't want to say it, but that's definitely what it's like. You know what I mean? It's like, what can I get in return for what I'm about to, what they think they're worth? Chandler, what you think about it, bro?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, a lot of it, I think, is a numbers game, right? So whatever's limited is gonna be considered more valuable. You know what I mean? So to be successful or to have a certain level of success is you in a small percentage. So by default you get a lot more attention, you get a lot more directed at you. Now it's really all about how you guard that. How you some people, hey, they just do what they want and they gonna do just because they know they can. And then other people may choose to go about it differently. But at the end of the day, that's what it really down to. If you're in a 1% or a 5% of men, based on your value, what you make, your career, those kinds of things. By default, you're gonna have a trail of people behind you. It's just a choice.
Hey, can I ask him a question?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
So, if that's the case, because that's solid math what you just presented. How do women are supposed to move forward when all women are so-called bad bitches these days? They're not in a minority. Of all of them bad bitches, how are we supposed to treat them?
Well, right. So for me, the way I see it is a woman who actually knows what she wants, as you were saying earlier, which for that's a small percentage as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's rare as well. So, a woman who actually knows what she wants is going to carry herself differently. But the other, the mass, it's just they just gonna be what they gonna be. You know what I mean? But it's like there's a because the things that make a man and a woman valuable are based on society. So for men, it's your career, how well you provide, what can you bring to the table, financial, that kind of stuff. How much of a leader you are. For women, it's really about how you carry yourself. How well you're able to embrace some of those feminine qualities of being nurturing, all this kind of stuff. So it's a different thing, but society has kind of tried to group it all in one and just say, oh, you can do whatever you want if you got X, Y, Z.
All right, Buddha, what you think about it, man?
Who's next? Me?
You, yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Hey, man. my man Seven from Chicago, and he brought up something that I want to bring up another Chicagoan on. Lupe Fiasco had a song back in the day called "Bitch Bad." I wasn't laughing at women that might have mental problems or issues growing up that make them want to chase after stuff like that. But from what I see, and based on that video, there's a lot of women out there that have this perception of what they're supposed to be instead of being independent. Video and social media tell them they got to have a BBL, they got to have an attitude, they got to have 2 or 3 men that's got money, they got to do all this. And actually, to me, it's showing that they lack self-worth. So when we talk about these women, I think there are some women like Lisa Ray and Vivica Fox that got money, and maybe they don't want somebody that's under them financially, and they're looking for them. But when we talk about some of the women in general, and this is just based on what I've seen, there's a lot of women out there that really believe the method of success is to be able to put yourself out there, but make sure that you're so unattainable that it takes somebody with wealth to even get your attention. I think it's sad, but I think that's what it is. And just to give a disclaimer about me, I'm old school, 55 years old. I've been married 3 times. So I've seen a little bit of all that stuff, and that's where my answer is coming from.
Okay. So, like, in their case, these women have been they've been in the spotlight for years, right? They've made money, they've been on television, they've been in front of a lot of high value men, a lot of wealthy men. Why isn't it that they haven't found anybody in this day and age even making that assessment that that's what they want to do? You know what I mean? Like, you would have thought that they would have found somebody that by now, and somebody would have locked them down. You know what I mean? So it's got to be something else.
Well,
It's the things a man is actually looking for.
Let's talk about Lisa Ray, though, because Lisa Ray was married before, remember?
Football player or something back. Wait, which one?
Twice. Yeah, I was about to say she's been married twice.
Yeah.
But so she got some baggage, but Vivica Fox is something different.
She got thrown away by 50, so if 50 ain't want her,
50 really wanted her, though.
Yeah, but he didn't keep her. Why?
Because she was too much.
She was trying to mold him.
Yeah, mindset.
And guess what?
That's what it really boiled down to.
And she tried to call him gay in the end.
Well, you angry. You angry at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, my thing is, it all boils down to, for them, I say they need to go take a look in the mirror themselves. You know what I'm saying? If it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you've been dating, you've been in this industry for this amount of time and these many years. It's something that at some point it has to be an evaluation of yourself. And that goes for any woman that's out there trying to date. My thing is, hey, be careful what you ask for. You want a high value man, but you don't know what all comes along with that. You see what I'm saying? Like, are you a good communicator? Because as a high value man, he's not going to be able to give you his time 100% how you think it's going to be. It's going to come a time where it say, hey, I'm about to fly over here. I'm about to go over here. You want a high value man. You want a man with money, but what are you willing to be able to deal with? And that's what a lot of them, they can't deal with it once they get it.
True.
Well, who polices the women, though, to make them, realize what's really real? Like you said, if they thinking it's a bad girl summer, hot girl summer, and they're a bad chick and all that, who's policing the chaos? You know what I'm saying? Who's putting them in check to say, look, this ain't the way. It's not working for none of us. Because with that mentality, the way they think, they're thinking, right? They're thinking that, to me, this is how I look at it. I'm better than the rest of the females because I am an actress. I am a celebrity. I am on TV or a musician or whatever. So I get it first. And when I spoke to one of the women about that, she was like, well, how did you come with that assessment? I said, you don't get offended? Because if your bank account, she's saying that her bank account is bigger than yours, she get all of them in first. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, it's the things that it goes back to what men and women are looking for, because it's, if it affects us as a man, we would care about it. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, like, you think about it, like, how many times do you see, it's the same tradition, you out on the first date or something, man pays, whenever you get ready to, make a, big purchase like a ring, whatever, man's paying, you know what I mean? So it's like
Mm-hmm.
a woman's
The way
money
it,
isn't really an asset in the relationship as large as her, her mentality, like Seven was saying, like the mentality is what really, is what's actually going there, because the bank account, I mean, but at the end of the day, like as a man, you go out somewhere, you go to dinner or something like that, they looking at you to, sit the card down. So it's like, what difference does it really make,
the image of money to a woman is very powerful, and it controls their mind. And let me explain to you how. Right, you look at women, right, and you look at how they view money. They
Mm-hmm.
view anybody who has money as either intelligent or very successful. Right, money doesn't equate any of those two, really. You know what I'm saying? Only to people who value money like that. So then you look at the people the women look up to, like you said, who police the women, who help the women think right, right? Nobody. All the people the women look up to are other women who look up to money, these celebrity women, right? So then you look at the music these hoes listen to. They listen to motherfuckers talking about some they don't cook, they don't clean. Then behind the scenes, these hoes is cooking and cleaning for their husbands. You know what I'm saying? They listen to motherfucker Beyonce talk about some niggas ain't gonna cheat. And if they do leave them, her husband cheat on her, she stayed. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're
Yeah.
listening to what these hoes are saying, but they're not looking at how they living. And that's really where the mentality is fucked up at. Because when you listening to this music over and over and over again in repetition, it's brainwashing when you really boil down to it. And that's what these women be loving.
Man,
And
it's the same with social
I,
media too. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
social media, all you seeing is a highlight reel of somebody's
Yep.
life.
yeah,
So you're not seeing what they actually doing. You see them go on these vacations and go
Yep.
here and go there and make these big. Not seeing day to day what's really
Yeah.
going on. That's just how
You're
it
not
is.
seeing them come back from Hawaii and seeing they got an eviction notice on their door because they use their money to take their ass over there.
hey, but we talking about only one portion of the women out there because I got to get on here and say this: who they're following is affecting their lifestyle, but there are women out there they can follow. It's not up to us as the men to police them, but they need to be looking at women. The first woman that pops in my mind, we're talking about money and stuff, and I'm a happily married man, but if I wasn't, I'd be in the hunt for it right now to this day. Tracy Ellis Ross.
Oh,
Tracy Ellis Ross is out there. She's doing her thing. She's an actress. She can sing because her mama can sing. She got a business. Pattern is just killing it out there. And guess what? She ain't looking for a man. She just enjoying her life. She ain't bashing no man. When she dates, she keep it on the low because she has a high standard of herself. Some of these women out here that's flashing money and talking about they ain't gonna get out of bed for less than $60,000 and
yeah.
all this stuff. Like you said, Seven, and like brother upstairs said, they have this attachment to money that makes them who they think they are, and they really have a low self-esteem. So for the women that's out there trying to make this comparison for money and what the man's supposed to get them, like my man said, they got to take that look in that mirror, that hard look, and see, okay, what are you doing for you? Stop trying to talk about what we supposed to be doing to get your attention and give you. What are you doing for you? Because as a man, I'm looking at women like that. Like, I don't need that problem. I don't need that stress. There's a whole bunch of y'all out there, and if we're gonna go for money, just like you said, going back to prostitution, which I'm not gonna say they prostitute, but stripper club. There's always a price. Somebody's gonna do a $10 lap dance. Somebody's gonna do a $50 lap dance.
True.
So,
True. So like in a situation where they, we're hearing a lot from the black women, right? I've seen an interview where they asked white women, does the money matter and does this matter and this matter? It's like, nah, we can make it work. It's not about all that. But when they flash the screen back to the sisters are, oh no, I can't have it without the money. I can't do this or I can't have this. You know what I mean? So I like the generation that's coming up after them. I can't even imagine what that's about. The younger ladies that's coming up because they don't know who to follow. You know what I'm saying? But yet they say it's a large percentage of them losing a lot of black men to the other race. And what y'all think about that one?
Again, man, I'm gonna refer y'all back to Lupe Fiasco. A lot of people slept on that song, but the imagery and the wording means everything before they become adults. We're talking about kids. What is acceptable? And if the mama and the aunt and the grandmama is saying this is what you need to do to get you a man, to capture you a man, to make a man take care of you, it's all gonna be lost unless they get out of that circle. Now, as far as dating outside the race, that one's a tricky one because, and again, I'm speaking on my experience. I'm an outside date rated like a motherfucker, but it wasn't because black women were bad. It's just that that's what I wanted. But when black women talk to me like you belong to me, it's like, well, first of all, I don't belong to anybody. And if you coming to me in a mindset that because of my color, I'm only supposed to be beholden to you, you already fucked up. Because I'm a free thinker. Now, if you want to come to me and be a strong, black, independent woman or somebody that wants to work and build a team, and that's the big thing right there, come together to build a team, hey, me or any other brother probably be wanting to work with you because most brothers, and y'all speak for yourself, I'm going to speak for me and the brother that I talk to, they're not looking for somebody to try to keep up with and pay tabs on. They're looking for somebody that's going to support their dream so they can support the other person's dream and they build a team. Now, Seven and I talk about this a lot from the Chi-Town era. A lot of the married couples that I knew when I was a kid, they had this old school adage that we are not equal, but I'm going to play my part and you're going to play your part and we're going to build together.
True.
And a lot of people, they don't want to hear that shit these days. I'm from the 1970s, but I hear a lot of people these days say, I can do whatever a man can do. Okay, stand up and pee down.
That is true.
You know, I don't want to go there with you, but if you're going to do it like that, let's go ahead and
change that tire.
And most men ain't got time for that, man.
I get it. I'm married myself, so I feel what you're saying, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm married to a black queens, but my thing is it's a build type deal. You know what I'm saying? It's clear communication. And that's why I honestly feel the younger generation is lacking right now, their communication level. They don't know how to communicate. Their communication is, hey, I seen this on social media, and then they want to come back and rescript the social media post what they seen to you. And it's like, it's not genuinely coming from them. It's coming from somebody else. But they don't know the situation of the next person. You see what I'm saying? You don't know what their situation is at home. So you come and bringing this ish to your husband or your man, and he looking at you like, yeah, I just seen that same post 20 minutes ago. So it's just, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not real. You know, so my biggest thing is communication. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what I rely on.
And that's much needed, man. That's much needed is the communication part because I seen like with the young ladies that we had on here last week, you know, they had a lot of different stories. And one thing that blew my mind was, you know, that they said they never was in love and they married for different reasons. And the love wasn't a part of it. They loved the person, but they wasn't in love. And my growing up, most of the women are in love with the man, or that's what you're supposed to, you know, base that on once you go into this relationship and a lot of other factors, you know what I mean? And most of them have been married multiple times. But Chocolate Buddha, you've been married 3 times. What do men get out of marriage? Or what's some of the things that we look for when we're looking into saying, okay, I want to marry this person?
Well, again, I don't want to speak for everybody, but most men that have the same mindset that I have, we're coming in as the alpha male, as the provider for the family. That's our role. We fit in when there's need an animal to be killed or somebody to be scared. That's our role. When somebody's going to be cooking and take care of kids, that's what we look for in our partner. And we feel those parts, and that's what fulfills us. I mean, for me, if a woman can do all the stuff that I can do, then she don't need me in her life because I want to be there to be a participant in this relationship. I want to go back to episode you had with the women, because one of the things that it was shocking, but it was also kind of hurting when one of the young ladies said, "I've never been in love." And I believe what you asked her was, okay, when you were married, when you roll over in the bed to your husband and he
I
says,
love you.
"I love you," what do you say back? Man, that shows so much of an opportunity not to communicate, because if you're in that relationship and you in that bed and love's not in there already, you're living in a facade. Like my man said over there in the truck, people are so focused on what social media tells them to do. That's the lie that they're living, a facade. And I'm here to tell you, 3 times married, every last person I was married to, even that last one that tried to take me through something, I loved them. I wanted to care for them. I was ready to give my life for them, because that was my woman, and at that time, I was their man.
Yeah, and it was hard for me to even believe that she meant that, for the simple fact she was young. She said she got married at 20, and she should have been
Yeah,
head over heels for that first dude. And then she
that's what I'm
said in the
saying.
beginning, she was like, well, yeah, he cheated. He did whatever he did. He was chatting in a box. And before we went to the next question, she said, and we was best friends. And when I turned around and asked her, when does your best friend become your mate? She said, oh, I never had a best friend. So I'm like, I don't know what part of the story to even believe if she was in love, because she had to be in love. She was 20,
Say, man.
God
and she
damn.
said
Yeah.
she felt it. Say,
Go ahead, brother.
I mean,
That's
for some
why.
people, it's just hard to accept that they've been hurt. For some people, that's a way of working your way around words like that, and trying to avoid the topic is a way you just avoiding the fact that something that you really wanted to work didn't work out. Instead of just accepting it head
Hurt
on,
people, fam.
you say, "Oh, well, I never been in love. I never cared that much, or anything like that." But like, I got a lot of respect for my man down here in the bottom left. Because it's the same thing. It's like, even in a relationship, I've never been married, but I can say the same thing. Relationship is like, you care for that person. There's nothing wrong with that. If it don't work for a reason, still accept the fact that it was what it was for that season. It's like, don't try and make it seem like it's something it wasn't.
I was married
I
one
don't know.
time, man. I'm not. You can go ahead, brother. You've been trying to
No,
talk.
no, I was just gonna say, man. I mean, I just feel like it's a lot of women out here, man. They don't have a lot of self love, man. They don't have like within themselves. You see what I'm saying? I feel that before you can love somebody, you got to love yourself first, and I think that's what a lot of them are missing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Hey man, to piggyback off that, because that kind of went what I was about to say too. I was married once, and I really believe that a lot of the women out here are inherently selfish. Because to love somebody, you got to be willing to give of yourself more and think greater of yourself, and you have to think more of somebody else, right? These women not loving nobody because they selfish inside. A lot of these women are selfish. Anytime you ask them what does a man bring to the table, that's what you're starting off with, right? You're not saying what you're bringing to the table. That's just a selfish mentality. Because the selfless person is going to automatically come to the table and tell you what they have to offer first. So you will know. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these women out here, they really be just dry begging, bro. On their birthdays, they be posting their cash app on Facebook. Bitch, don't nobody want your cash app. Nobody sending you no money. We don't know you. That's for your family and friends. We strangers on Facebook. We're not gonna send you money. Stop begging. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. Women be like, well, if you broke, just say that. But they don't even do that themselves. They be out here begging, bro. Everything, bro. It can be New Year's, bitches posting their cash app. Like, what does that have to do with anything, bitch? Just say Patrick's Day. Just because money green and say Patrick's Day is about green don't mean you post your cash out. Damn.
and that's what's crazy, because when I spoke about Judge Toiler, the judge, she said that she married a guy that had less money than her, and he just so happened to pass. He had 4 children, and she was happy. And I explained that to the ladies, and they were like, "Well, first of all, the kids is a problem. He's a deadbeat, and he doesn't have a job. He ain't sleeping on my couch." And the whole thing was, it's like, well, how do you expect Lisa Ray and Vivica Fox to say this just because you assume that they have money? But it never once said that the man didn't have a job. It never once said that he was, taking care of the kids solely in the house. And he just said he had 4 children, and she was happy. And the first thing they yelled is, "Oh, well, she just wanted a companion." Well, I thought, when you get married, that's part of the deal. It's having a companion, and everybody's supposed to look out for each other. But they were totally against the woman taking care of the man. First thing they said, "I'm not taking care of no man or no broke man," which
How
is
is
wild
that?
to me.
When you have
Man,
how my thing is with that
I
is how can you say that when you can look? I can name off three actors, three people right now that are successful that where in the beginning their women took care of them. You got Michelle Obama, took care of Obama. She made more money. Denzel Washington,
top.
his wife took care. You see what I'm saying? So where does this persona of I'm not taking care of a man like really start out at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if it's
Bro, you said it earlier. It's that social media
man, it's
facade.
like my I don't know, man.
Um,
My mentality is, hey, I mean, if you can't start out with me from the bottom to
Don't
the
wait till I
top,
get to the top.
you don't need to be
don't
up there with me when I'm at the
Yeah.
top.
don't once I'm up here, don't.
Yeah. Keep that
Hey, that's
same
all I'm
energy.
saying. Keep that same heart, that same energy you had when
Keep
I
that
was at the
same
bottom.
energy.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it's a lot
Yep.
of
Hey,
think about it. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of think about it before you.
and again, man, they're missing out. Y'all ever heard of that singer Lana Del Rey?
Nah.
Nah,
She's a white singer. She did some stuff with rappers and stuff. She's really out there, makes a lot of money. She recently got married to a Cajun that has a damn airboat job down in the swamps of Louisiana. Now this dude, he never wore a suit. He used to wearing overalls and stuff. And this woman that's got worldwide fame said, I don't give a damn. He makes me happy. I'm going to the swamps. I'm gonna marry him. And women were upset. And they were upset because she's not following this facade that's being pushed down to them. That a woman, no matter what you got, you're supposed to get what he got. And if he ain't got half of what you got, you
To
leave
the
him to
side,
the
right?
side.
wow.
And yeah, and a lot of women that following this, they're really missing out. But I got to give a glimmer of hope out there because um, two things. There's a lot of women that's being brought up right. They're not following this shit, but you don't see them on social media because they're not in the
Right.
algorithm. They're looking for a good man, no matter what, just a man that's going to be on their team. And the second thing, when you talked about that judge, don't sleep on those women that's been divorced or got some kids and stuff because the other thing they got is some common damn sense. And if they see a good man, they not listening to other shit. They're like, come
Let me
on
get
over here,
it.
baby. You working? Oh, you doing an Uber right now, but you're trying to become a movie star. You write script. Come on over here. I'm gonna cook something for you. You gonna stay with me. We're gonna build this together. They got women out there like that, but if we listen to social media, they don't exist anymore.
That's crazy
True.
you say that because the two dudes that I know like that, that Peel guy, Jason Peel, I guess his name is, and the dude who he directed the Black Panther movies, they
Yeah.
wives like that, but they
Yeah,
white women though.
it's sad because the white women are racking up, but again, it's because, and again, I'm just saying what I see. They don't give a fuck. Some of our women really are socially attached to what social media says to the point where they'll cut their nose to spite their face. They could be a good man that they've known all their life, and we've seen too many movies about this where they were friends, but they wouldn't give him the business because he was working his dad's limo business, and that wasn't enough for her because she needed to go to California, she needed to be flown to Cancun, and she needs somebody to give her $800 of roses every February for some bullshit.
That's true.
Am
That's
I
You
true.
you
wrong?
That's
telling the
right.
truth. That is crazy.
I
Because
think
I
the
seen a lot
mental.
of the
No, go
a lot
ahead,
of the
bro.
social media stuff was like, I don't know if you ever seen them posts where the chick is sitting there and she taking pictures and videoing her being on the beach and different hotels and stuff. But then the dude happened to just walk outside the bathroom and get inside of her video. All of a sudden, she trying to hide the video. He like, no, 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 no. Don't
Yeah.
finish recording. Let them know who you here with. You know what I mean? But they try
That's
to put
exactly
that image
how I
up
would be.
as if she paid for the trip.
Yo,
You know what I mean? And all these different things like that. So like y'all said, it's a social media thing, man. And social media has also been a question. It's destroying a lot of what we got going on. Because we don't even socialize no more. And a lot of women, you know, I come from that area. You can cut up a couple of pieces of paper, man, and go meet a female at the mall, and we finna go, you know, pay for paper for paper. Hey, how you doing? So and so and so. And you introduce yourself, you talk to them, you get the number, you call them later. But now, man, it's like if you can I get your number? Well, what's your chat? Or what's your snap? I'm like, well, what's all this about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not the same, man. And I think it's making the social part of it is taking it out the game. You know what I mean? People don't know how to socialize no more.
Well, yeah, I mean that on top of, you know, the everything that happened with, you know, being quarantined and all this kind of for extended periods of time, like, you know, it's taking everything now is cool, you know, so it's taking the need for person to person interaction out of life. You know, like you can sit there and you can order your groceries to your door, like you can not leave your house and live life, you know, and
That is
live.
true.
It's like where, you know, a few years ago, like you couldn't do it. Now, like, yeah, you could work from home, order food, everything, just straight to your front door, never see a person, and just be off the grid. You know, but it's ruined it. You know, it's ruined it.
and that's why communications is so hard. People don't have practice in it. My man said it earlier. Communications is essential, but with IG and all this other stuff, they're looking for the video. They can't even look straight into the person's face. And like you said, PM, back in the day, you know, we chop it up and just say, hey, let's go meet at the mall. Let's have lunch. And the whole reason for lunch is to communicate, get to know each other better. But now it's like, nah, I ain't going nowhere unless we have a steak. You know, you gonna take me somewhere? You get your ass up out of here. I'll make you a peanut butter
I
jelly
mean,
sandwich.
yeah, that's true. I mean, what?
I ain't about
That
to
is
trick
I mean,
you.
true.
that's the
Trick, but
crazy
I ain't
part about
tricking
it,
on
man.
you.
Because I'm out here on the road, man, and I'm actually seeing it, man. I seen a young lady, man. She came to an interview, actually true interview, with a bonnet on her head, man. Like I'm like, and so
See,
therefore I'm like,
see,
that's what goes back to what you was just saying, like with the communications. Is like, man, how do you're going to? So if
come
your
on,
business
man.
affairs are not right, how can you expect your relationship to be right?
That is
Your
true.
business you feel what I'm saying? Because I look at it, your business is representing yourself, and you
So
gonna be trying to represent.
Should.
Like, nah, man. Like she actually came to an interview with a bonnet on her
with a
head. Like,
bonnet on her head. That's wild.
I'm
So we
like,
have Amber.
And thought it
Amber
was
just
okay.
chimed in. She said, if it's all about money, there is no love attached. It's still some of us that don't need, want, or ask for money. It's the quality of time and the presence of that person.
Appreciate that, Amber. And
thanks.
what's up, Wizzo? He
Yeah,
checking in.
Wizzo
So,
say, "What's up, guys? What's up, fellas? What's up, Wiz?"
What's up, Wizzo?
what's up? What's up?
What's going on?
Yeah,
So with
appreciate that one. That's true.
now, you know, we had a situation, like I said, the men typically get the women married. They go get this athlete, they go get this person that's, you know, making a lot of money, sign the contract, and he got up in the game. And they can divorce. Look at Anthony Edwards and his baby mama. He just like, look, I done got you pregnant. I had some fun with you one night. I don't want to be a dad. I don't want to be in the kid's life. So let me just go ahead and pay you off. I'm gonna give you 1.8, close to almost 2, and you can just walk away, and I can walk away. She's still saying no with hopes of him getting allegedly probably a better contract, more money, and things of that nature. And which brings us to a Tiana Taylor and Shumpert kind of situation. She got paid in the big payoff. He has to now pay for. He lost 2 homes, most of the cars, and I think he's paying X amount of dollars per month just for the child care. And less than a couple of months after them being separated and divorced, she's on to the next dude. Now, Shumpert won't be on the news no more. He's just gonna be known for getting beat for his money in the divorce. She done went her ways and things like that. She's not making as much money as him, but then she walks away with the big payday. Again, another man that has sacrificed a lot more than what he put into it. What's your thoughts on that one?
Uh,
Man, please let me go ahead and shoot on that one first. I got to jump in this, man, because I'm still feeling the issues behind that. First and foremost, man, it's not just these women out here taking advantage of the system. It's the system being built against us. When we talk about this divorce stuff, because he's not the only one, man. Shit, you see what Tyrese
Yeah.
went through with baby mama drama. The system is pretty much built that once you get married, they have this old adage of you owe the woman. No matter what she did or what happened, you owe her. And we got to get out of that. I don't think that's going to happen, but I will tell you this. We got to start teaching our young men that when you get into a divorce, that is different than love. You don't need to get married to get be in love with somebody. But when you get married, there's a contract. That's the business entity that you're getting into. And we need to talk to people like that because, again, social media and TV have you believe that once you jump the broom and all this stuff, you're together. No. Once you put your name on that piece of paper, it's just like you open up an LLC with that woman. And if you don't have protections before signing that LLC, you're going to lose everything. So I had to learn the hard way, and I wasn't even somebody with money, but I had to restart my life 3 times because when the court saw me, they didn't see somebody that was cheating on. They saw somebody as, you're a man, you're supposed to provide for her, so we're going to make sure you give her everything. I don't care if you bought the house before you got married. You had kids with her, so you need to pay for all those kids. Even though the kid's not getting the money, she going to get the money, and you don't need to ask any questions about it. Why? Because in the beginning, when I signed that contract, I wasn't paying attention to the fine words on there. And if you think about it, why do you have to get a license to get married in the first place? Because it's a contract. Just like in the business, you cannot open up a legitimate business without your declaration of the LLC. You got to have bylaws. Marriage is the same way. And it hurts me every time I see this because that man, I don't care how much money he's got to start over.
Every time.
He's got to build from the bottom every time. So if he has multiple marriages, he's restarted. The only person that didn't have to do that and got divorced is damn Jeff Bezos.
He just broke her off, though, right? Didn't he just break off some a certain percentage of money or something like that?
Oh, he broke off with enough money to make her the richest woman on the planet. And it didn't phase him because he got that money back in about 2 months. But that's the only exception.
And she already had money too because she gave half of it away to charity.
Yeah.
You know, so
she gave half of it to charity.
Yeah.
You can write that off though, so she ain't do shit.
That part.
Yeah.
But she had that kind of money. He had that part right there. but regular people, you know, regular guys like us, we ain't got that kind of money. Because first of all, if you look in the relationship, the man's probably carrying the whole load. Again, I can't speak for all men, but in every marriage that I've been in, I handle the bills. Even their credit card, I handle that. Our mortgage, that was in my name. True. And then when we went to court, all of a sudden we equal.
Dang, that's wild. Now, on the last episode we had, it was one of the ladies said only marriage is only for men, which was crazy. And she said marriage was only for men. That's why I was like, what? That's why I asked him in the beginning, what do we get out of it? Because she said marriage was only for men.
Prenup is for men.
I'm grateful as kids.
What benefit did she say men got out of it?
Bro, that was all she said. It was for men. And it blew my mind because I was like, shoot, it seems like we lose a lot in this. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know how you said marriage is only for men. Y'all get the ring. Like somebody said, you get the ring first. You get the dress. We just put on the suit and call a couple of the homies to the wedding. The woman designs it. She get the cake. She get the invite. She go do everything it is for the wedding. So for you just to say it's just for men, it's crazy to me.
How is it for men when that's weird? Because if you look at it, it goes back to what he was just saying. Even when a woman gets married, who pays for the wedding?
It's her daddy do that.
It's a man that pays for it.
A man, yeah.
her either her parent, her dad, which is her father, or us that's paying for it. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know what what illusion or delusion she got that one from.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
kind of
that
crazy to me.
Hey man, can I share something with y'all? My secret of success, and I'm about to do 10 years with my
Yes,
wife
sir.
now. Um, when I got with her, first of all, I let her know right up front. Um, I'm out of a divorce. I got kids, and my kids are important. So if you on that mindset of I don't want to deal with baby mamas, then you don't need to talk to me. She was cool with that. She's like, hey, your kid, I got a daughter. I'm cool with that. I love you. And I said, okay, I'm glad we love each other. We're gonna have a good time and we're gonna grow. But when it comes to that time to get married, I'll buy you a ring. I'm not wearing one. I don't believe in rings. I got her tattooed on my finger, but I don't believe in rings. And before we do that, we need a prenup. And the thing that made her seal the deal was she didn't ask any questions. She said, put it up and I'll sign it.
That's what I'm talking about.
If you want to know if a woman really loves you, just mention the prenup. And I'm gonna tell you, some of those ladies that was on your show last week, bro, I've seen them in action, and they got 38 hot when I said every man should mention
Prenup.
a
That
prenup.
demon come out, huh?
Man,
That
38
prenup like
hot.
holy water to the ass,
Where
boy.
my DM was, so they can
hey,
kill me. Stop me from
it's
saying
funny you
anything.
said prenup, because I was just thinking about when you said when P said the dude that just Anthony Edwards just paid a girl at one point, and I thought about instantly Steven Jackson, and that's why he actually his fiance, they didn't get married because
You're
she
right.
did not sign the prenup. You see what I'm saying?
And that
And it was like a day
see,
or two before that, right?
It was the
I
day
applaud
of the
that
wedding.
man.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got right there to the day of the wedding, and he walked
I
out of it.
applaud
He
that
was
man.
like, she didn't sign the prenup.
Yep,
So you're mad at this man for
he did the
wanting
right thing.
to cover his assets. Come on, man.
Yeah, because they be
I don't
looking
have a
at it like
prenup.
it's a,
If you love a man, what's the problem with signing
they
a
be
prenup?
looking like
Hey,
it's a thing of trust. But to us, I mean, they looking at it as a thing of trust, but we took protecting our assets is to see if you basically protecting our heart and you really into this investment for me. You know what I mean? Besides my bank account. But the women be looking like, well, if you don't trust me with that, well, but history has proven y'all janky when it comes to leaving and getting the
man.
money. Most men don't want to lose what
And
they
even
built.
look, PM, even if they said, "Hey, look, I love you. We don't need that prenup," and in the beginning, we're gonna make it work. The courts are gonna say, "Hey, you thought you loved him, but we're saying you get half of his shit." And guess what they're gonna say? I'm sorry, baby, but I'm a razoo
Yeah,
your shit.
I need that.
They're gonna take it.
Cold piece of work, man.
The only thing that's gonna protect you is that prenup.
And
That's crazy.
And my relationship's fine, man. My wife would do anything for me. I'll do anything for her. And it's not because I'm throwing the prenup in her face, but because she let me know from day one, I'm here for you. And if I gotta sign a damn paper, just like we gotta sign the marriage license, so be it. I'm gonna show and prove.
Yeah. I'm
and I
15 years
believe
in, man. Coming on 15. So yeah, I mean I get it. But yeah,
Congratulations on
we don't
that,
have a
brother.
prenup, but
salute.
hey, it was it was directed from the beginning. Hey man, hey, we gonna rock it out together. You know what I'm saying? So if you can rock with me from nothing, like I said, we go keep that same energy coming up. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey, hey, you know what, brother? You just proved that communications
yeah,
work. Because everything you just said about it, y'all laid that out
yeah,
first. You didn't have some dream and go to Cancun and have this. Y'all talked
nah.
about it first before y'all did
Hey
that
man, you
jump.
have to. You got to. And
Yes,
so that's
sir.
why I tell everybody,
Yes,
man, hey,
sir.
you gonna do it can work, but it goes back to what me and Seven was saying earlier. Hey man, it's
It's up
that hey
there.
man. And y'all gotta be mentally on the same page. I mean, at some point. That's where
Yes,
that
sir.
communication come in. If you know what I'm saying, if you go rock with somebody, rock out with them. But hey, man,
Mm-hmm.
it is a couple of them out here that they'll get you. So hey, just know, you
Yeah,
know,
because the woman, she can go from man to man. She can go to different relationships and keep on collecting. You know what I mean?
man, I
Even
just seen that from what's that?
Yep.
Larsa Pippen just did the same thing, man. She divorced Scotty, and she's what dating another NBA dude right now. She left. You know what I'm saying? So it's like she's just going doing whatever she wants while he's still writing checks.
And who was that? Christie? Who was that? Christie just caught his girl. He was going through a divorce or something like that. The basketball player or something like that. And allegedly he put a private investigator under his chick. And next thing you
Yeah,
know, she gets caught up, and he was like, "You might not want to go to court." So it changed the dynamics. And before Worthy that plays for the Chiefs, remember what just happened to him? Y'all remember
yeah,
hear about what happened to him? When he basically was about to get married, he took her to the Super Bowl this year and everything, man. And she was messing with a dude down the street allegedly or something like that. And he put a private investigator on him. When he told her that I found out about what was going on, she started putting her hands on him, pulled out some dreadlocks and everything, and the boy went to jail and ended up, pulling up, saying he didn't want to marry her and stuff like that because he found out she was doing something other than what, being faithful to him. So he was about to lose his bag. So
yeah,
luckily he felt something deep inside to where he was like, man, I ain't even finna proceed with this. I'm finna put something on her because something ain't right. And she would have taken all his bag, his money, you know what I'm saying? And I can just imagine, that young man going through that at a young age. And I commend Anthony Edwards, at least, well, not for not claiming his kid, but just saying, like, let me pay you and get it over with. Because I know another young lady that had some kids by an athlete and took him to child support court. He was actually taking care of another kid that, outside that he claimed and took care and raised as his own. Even, said that's my son. And so that was 3. And she ended up taking him to child support court. He paid her up front. So this wasn't the first time that Anthony Edwards did this. He claimed he got married to her. He claimed the kids, paid her up front. And I promise you, within 2-3 years, she was broke.
wow.
Dead broke. Broke her off a couple of M's, and she was dead broke. So sometimes it's all about the money, man. Like you said, we had to make that decision to communicate and really, really vet these women, man, because it could be crazy out there, bro. And
It's true.
Yep. Instead of hot girl summer, we need to talk about
prenup
prenup
summer. I'm
summer.
gonna get a shirt that says that. Prenup summer, man. Because this is well needed, man. And Tiana Taylor, she just didn't got paid off, you know what I mean? I feel sorry for Shumpert, man. Poor dude need a hug or something.
Yeah.
So now they're in this thing right now, and they're saying, if you ask a woman what she's doing at the time, whatever she's doing, whether she's headed to go to a trip, go buy jewelry, get her nails done, get her hair done, whatever you ask her about in the middle of what she's doing, the man must pay for it. What do y'all think
What?
about that one?
Pay for what?
That's that. If she's saying, if you call her and you gave her the number, and she's saying, hey, I'm headed right now to go get my pedicure done, my hair done, and I'm about to go buy a brand new car and put a down payment on the car. You are obligated at that moment to pay for whatever she said she was about to go do.
A woman must have made that rule.
Obligated by who?
That's they're doing it. That's the new thing.
That's that social media bullshit.
Yeah,
right
man,
there.
you can't even ask them. That's what they doing, bro. You crazy. Couldn't do it.
Man, what in the
Fentanyl is a hell of a drug, man.
Hey, if it's my woman, I'm paying for that. You better answer this mother. You better send me an emoji.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
That's the new thing, man.
I ain't never heard about
that's their new thing.
Even on the dating apps, what they're doing right now, man. If you take a girl out and you take her out to eat, she's able to go out at least 5 to 7 times a week, right? And eat free the whole month. First, you're gonna eat every day, 7 days a week, and then for a total of a month. And she's gonna not pay for nothing. And that's the new thing too, to where she gonna pick out some guys to take them out. I mean, be taken out, and then what they say not putting out, and then she gonna select the man that she want at the end of the week or end of the month or whatever the case may be. But she's eating free the whole entire month. That's the new thing too, man. So it's just like, shoot, they playing a game with them. And
I'm glad I'm old, man.
Hey, I be telling these girls straight up.
I'm glad I'm old.
Hey, listen. First few days we going on a walk in the park or some shit, some street. I don't even know if I want to spend my time on you, let alone my money, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they really got to get into. Cause I remember a girl told me one time, she's like, I'm a single mom and we just want to be treated good too. We with the kids all the time. That ain't my fucking problem. That's not my fault. Treat yourself, shit. You know what I'm saying? Take the kids out too. Treat their ass. If I gotta treat you good, you ain't treating yourself good. Something the problem, man. And like you said, these women be expecting all these men to take them to get something to eat. And I done seen one where a girl went somewhere and she ate all this motherfucking It was some type of seashell animal or some shit. She was just eating that shit. You know what I'm saying? The nigga ended up paying like $300 for this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, bro, I dipped out till I gotta go to the bathroom or some shit, man. You gotta get they right, man. I'll take a bitch out and leave her there, bro. For real. We gotta start doing that shit.
Bro.
We gotta normalize that shit, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Hold their ass accountable. I'm gonna tell y'all some petty shit that I've done back in my day in between marriages, because these girls ask for money ain't nothing new. They just get more and more attention and stuff and bold with it. Met this young lady, man. We were both in the military. You know, she had a little girl. You know, I'm newly divorced. I'm out there in the world doing stuff. And she was like, you're doing real good for yourself. You know, a good man, you know, do something for me. I was like, what you talking about? She's like, you know, you can get me dinner. You know, we can go in. And I'm thinking, you know, I got money for dinner, but we ain't doing nothing yet. Matter of fact, we ain't even sealed the deal. We talking. So me and my pettiness, I'll say, you know what? I'm gonna come by the house and I'm gonna surprise you. Came by the house, man. Her little girl was there. She had a jacket. She said, where we going? I was like, we ain't going nowhere. I brought your little girl a Happy Meal, and I'll holler at you later. I just want to stop by and drop this off for her.
That's a gentleman right there.
You would think that she was happy that I put her daughter first. She wanted to fight me, dog. And I'm gonna go ahead and give you a place, Tampa, Florida. She wanted to fight me because I brought something for her daughter and didn't have plans to take her nowhere.
That's wow. And
that's a messed up mindset. A good woman would be like, okay, this man, this is not his child. He's looking at his child, my child already. Maybe we need to look at taking this further. But she wanted to fight, dog.
And that's crazy. Because I just seen a chick on there. She said she had 7 kids. And she was like, I'm pretty. You know, a man should want to take me out like that. She said, I have my EPT card, so you don't have to buy no food for my kids. But, you know, y'all should be able to take me out. And she had 7 kids, 3 baby daddies. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, what you going to offer a man that you ain't gave somebody else already?
That card.
I don't care how cute you are. Wizzo said, yeah, I like that, 7. Take them for a walk in the park.
Easy and free, man.
We can go fishing. Hey, we can get a fishing boat.
Teach you how to fish.
I'm gonna show you how to get the scales off the fish.
Lake.
Let's
Hey,
go swimming.
you got 7 kids. We're going to the closest lake we can find. So guess what?
You want to know if I got money? I need to know if you're athletic. What's your cardio look like?
Hey, man.
What's your cardio look like for real? Yeah, man, they delusional, man. It's scary, bro. I can't even see what the future is gonna look like. You know what I mean? Because I think all the female rappers then put a bad mark on the game, man.
Man, I'm glad I'm married. That's all I can say. All right, man. Look here. Cause man,
I'm trying to get in the box with y'all fellas, man.
I couldn't be in the game today,
man. Cause all that craziness right there, man. Say, bro. That's crazy, man. It's like 7 said, man. What in the fentanyl are y'all on, bro?
It's true, bro. It's crazy.
They selfish, man.
We coming to that part of the show, fellas, man. It's coming up on an hour. The show is an hour. I'd like to thank you, fellas, for coming out here, man, and getting y'all rebuttals on what's going on and really, really saying what's really happening out here in this world from a group of real ones. You know what I mean? So I want to go ahead and start with 7, man. Go ahead and letting people know where they can follow you at and see, follow your page and stuff like that.
Man, y'all can check me out on any social media platform under After Real Truth, all one word, man. Y'all can Google After Real Truth and find like my clothing brand, my art, and all that. I'm on Spotify on Cosmic Currency 777. If y'all want to check out my podcast as well.
Do you have a website to your clothing?
Oh yeah, it's After Real Truth. If they Google it, it's all gonna pop up.
All that. Okay. And Chandler, man, go ahead. You have any information you want to give out, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, really, I'm mostly just on Instagram. Really, that's it. CH_NDLER. That's where you can find me at.
All right, I appreciate you, brother. And Chocolate Buddha, what's up, man? What kind of information you got for the people out there?
Okay, a couple of things. The Chocolate Buddha brand is out there on The Chocolate Buddha at Shopify.com. You can find my handles at I'mOnLeg001 on Yahoo, on Facebook, on YouTube. That's where I'm at. That's my name. doing a lot of stuff, man. But I want to give a shout out to what you're doing, brother.
Appreciate it.
Because what we're talking about right now is what's going to save our future. I'll never give up on the future because we're doing conversation like this, which is making people think. And if the people are thinking, they're going to start talking. Like we said before, communication is everything. So, brother, thank you for doing what you're doing. Keep pushing that out because this is what's going to save the future for them kids, man. I'm old as hell. I don't give a hell. I got my girl. We good. I want y'all to be good.
Appreciate
That's all I
it.
got to say right now, man.
All right, thank you, bro. And Big Phil, what you got for him?
Say, man, I'm gonna piggyback off Chocolate Buddha, man. Appreciate what you're doing, brother. Keep it up.
Thank you, sir.
To anybody that's out there, God first and communicate with each other, man. So that's my message.
Well, again, man, I want to thank you fellas for coming out, man, and giving us a good word, giving us some knowledge, man, on what's going on out there and keeping hope alive in the future, bro. If you shopping with these fellas, go ahead and go pick up some merchandise, man, some merch. Follow their podcasts, their YouTubes, their Instagrams, and things like that. And I want to thank the audience for coming out and paying attention to us. Wizzo, what's up, man? We ain't forget about you, baby. Shout out to Wizzo out there, man. Wizzo,
Big
real good
shout
guy
out.
out there
What
looking
up?
out for people, man. I thank everybody for coming, man, and y'all enjoy this good summer, man. Y'all brothers stay peaceful out there, prayed up, man, and always, man, show love because it'll come back in return, man. I'll see y'all in a minute.
Word.
Peace.
So it was good, man. I had to get my fellas out there, man. It was just to let people know that there's some real guys out there. There's some real men out there. I'm gonna say, guys, some real men out there, some real situations. And you know, we're faced with a lot of crazy things in this world. We need to stick together and we need to find genuine people, man, and genuine, women and genuine men out there because we have a future of kids that's looking out for us and looking up to us. So we definitely need to have some positive people out there that they can inspire to be like and look up to, and it's kind of crazy out there, man. So if you ever need one to chop in with us, chime in to the PM Lifestyle Podcast. We go live here. We have a lot of good dialogue and things like that with some respectable people, black businessmen and men and people and things like that. So with that being said, I'm about to send a shout out to my boy. I got to pay the bills. Shout out to my boy Sugar Slim, man. If you need beats, intros, outros, instrumentals for your R&B music, your rap music, man, holla at my boy Sugar Slim, man, at Instagram /Sugar Slim Beats. That's Instagram /Sugar Slim Beats, man, aka Mr. Blue Check Slim, man. Holla at your boy, man. Follow and subscribe, man. PM Lifestyle Podcast on YouTube. All the information is right there. If you need to tap in, I got it. I got you. Stay prayed up, man. And peace. We out of this joint.